Dante Greco.
Dante is a really smart guy.
Ladies love Dante.
Look at that headed hair. Look at that face. What's your name, Casey?
Dante Greco.
Dante was me, yours truly.
I'm gonna come.
Hello, everybody. Hello, America. Welcome to the Dante Greco Show, live here from Los Angeles, California. We were going to start the show with the tragic news about Lisa Marie Presley being in a coma after a cardiac arrest. However, a friend of mine in the Los Angeles area demanded to call in because he wanted to comment on this story that the Los Angeles Lakers are going to be working out noted or at least one-time anti-Semite Myers Leonard. They're going to give him a workout next Friday, see if he can join the team. Let me bring you onto the show here, friend. I'm not going to give you a name because you're trying to stay low-key. What do you think about this, sir?
Yeah, so, I want to first and foremost mention that I am Jewish. So, I'll speak on behalf of my entire race here when I say that, Myers Leonard, noted anti-Semite because of comments made on a game of Call of Duty a year and a half ago, and his entire career has been derailed since. And ultimately, this guy needs to be given a pass. We can't be canceling this poor kid. What is he, like 25 years old? He says kike while he's playing Call of Duty. You ever played Call of Duty before? You know the egregious shit that people say on that game? They need to shut that game down altogether. Somebody saying a disparaging word against a certain race. Because I've been called everything under the book while playing Call of Duty, and I'm Jewish. So, they don't even know. People say things, throwing horrible words out, whatever they want to say. So I think, this isn't real news. I think the guy deserves a second chance. He's a terrible basketball player. I don't think his career is going to go that far anyways. But yeah. I don't think it should be derailed just because he made a comment that, that he's actually also made amends for it. I don't think people take that into consideration. That I think he went and I think he converted, honestly. I think he's Jewish now. I think that's how far he went to try to make amends for what he did. He was bar mitzvahed. He had a circumcision. He's really dedicated to trying to make good with the Jewish folks. So and you know what? And I'll say this as I end. There's a lot of horrible things. The entire NBA, they're full of shit because they all subscribe to this Black Israelite orthodoxy. In my opinion,
the entire NBA. Hold on, the entire NBA does.
The whites, the blacks, even that one Jewish guy on the Wizards, they all subscribe to Black Israelite orthodoxy. And in addition to that, they're all Louis Farrakhan followers, and he's the biggest anti-Semite of all. No, non-apologist. That guy didn't convert. He's no Myers Leonard. I think that people need to give somebody like Myers Leonard a chance. And this isn't like, because white or black or yellow or green or anything like that. I think that there's just different strokes for different folks. Myers Leonard, he's a role player. He's a trash NBA player. Cast him out. Who cares? But you have the Kyrie Irvings. You have the Jaylen Browns. Really, really talented basketball players. Big sneaker deals, big endorsements. At the end of the day, they can play ball. They're really good. So people give them a pass. So I don't know.
Right. So you're more upset about Kyrie Irving still having a game here. And apparently you've accused the entire NBA of being Black Israelite Louis Farrakhan followers. I don't know if that's true, but you know what? That's your opinion. I love that you gave it. Don't you think, though, real quick, before I let you go, like the Lakers are just scraping the bottom of the barrel here, aren't they? They're going after a guy who's been kicked out of the league for 2 years for using the K word on a Call of Duty live chat. And now the Lakers are like, hey, we'll play him. I mean, Pelinka sucks, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. Fuck Pelinka. Fuck the Lakers. These are all hired mercenaries. The Lakers have been trashed ever since Kobe retired. until the day that we draft like a rookie that, actually has real potential here, fuck LeBron, fuck that entire team. Let's go Clippers. This is a Clipper town now. All right. And like I said, resident Jew here, born and raised in Los Angeles, went to Sinai Temple, did my years at Sunday school, bar mitzvah. I know what the fuck I'm talking about here, So I'm going to tell you this. Lakers are trash. Bring Miles Leonard on. Serves he goes on with the other trash players. This team's a total afterthought. Fuck them.
Wow. Okay. Powerful words. You're calling for healing. You're calling for acceptance. So I'm glad you called in. These are things that I could not have said as a Catholic man.
Absolutely. Like I said, just like the words of Larry David. You want me to show you my cock? Prove my Jewish card? I'm happy to do it. You just let me know. I'll FaceTime you right now. All
right. Well, you know what? I'll be taking you up on that offer a little bit later.
Okay, you can edit that part out. All right, thank you, America. I really appreciate you bringing me on the show.
All right, thanks. We will we'll track you down, and I'll dox you and put your personal info out there after this. Thank you for calling in. That was a friend of mine who called in. He wanted to speak about this Myers Leonard story. Anyways, I see here. We got to get back to the real reason that I have this show, what I was going to start the show with. I was not aware of this until just now. R.I.P. Lisa Marie. Oh, no. I had last read that she was in the hospital with cardiac arrest, in a coma. All right, let me go to the updated story. I'm sure TMZ's got it. Let me see here. There we go. Okay. All right. It's not saying that here. It's still saying critical condition on life support in a coma. Let me Google this. Lisa Marie Presley. I haven't seen. Oh, okay. People Magazine is saying it. Wow. And then Lisa Marie Presley, daughter of Elvis and Priscilla, dead at 54. The most strong and loving woman. Singer was rushed to the hospital on January 12th for a possible cardiac arrest. Wow. Shocking. Like 2 days ago, she was at the Golden Globe celebrating with Austin Butler for his Elvis win. Crazy, Everything seemed like it was going well. They're gearing up for the Oscars. It's like Elvis is making a comeback this year to an extent. I don't think the movie... Well, no, it was a big movie, right? It was a big movie. This is crazy. Okay, so EMTs responded to the singer's home in Calabasas, California on Thursday for a possible cardiac arrest, just 2 days after Presley attended the 2023 Golden Globes with Priscilla and Elvis star Austin Butler. Elvis died in August 1977, making 9-year-old Lisa Marie the joint heir to his estate alongside father Vernon Presley, great-grandfather. Following their respective deaths in 1979 and 1980, she became the sole heir and also inherited her father's Graceland residence. Well, there she is with Elvis and her mother, Priscilla. Priscilla, of course, has you got to feel for Priscilla. First of all, you got to feel for Lisa Marie. Just a year or so ago, she lost her son tragically. And now, the Presley family is just devastated, I'm sure. So you got Priscilla and you got Riley Keough. And, those are the public names that I'm aware of. It's very sad. You got to feel for Priscilla. She had to live through losing Elvis. And now she's lost her grandson. Now she's lost her daughter. Just terrible. Priscilla had earlier tweeted, my beloved daughter, Lisa Marie, was rushed to the hospital. She's now receiving the best care. Please keep her and our family in your prayers. Feel the prayers from around the world and ask for privacy during this time. Shocking stuff. I did not expect. This is like one of those, like the last thing I would have expected. It almost gives me echoes of like Carrie Fisher a few years ago. Remember Carrie Fisher had like, she was in the new Star Wars. And she was kind of having a comeback, and then like all of a sudden, just on a plane, heart attack. unexpected, too young, certainly, to go out this way. But yeah, again, with the news is that she has passed on the TMZ website. They haven't updated it just yet, but they have good information about what happened earlier today. That she was in full cardiac arrest Thursday morning before paramedics arrived. And we're told that the housekeeper found Lisa Marie unresponsive in her bedroom. And just as the housekeeper made that discovery, her ex-husband, Danny Keogh, with whom Lisa Marie lives, returned home from taking their kids to school. He administered CPR until paramedics took over. God, the stress of that. Imagine you come home, you walk back in the door after just dropping off the kids. You think, hey, it's just going to be a normal day. You know, probably still on a high from the Golden Globes. You got the SAG Awards. You got the Oscar. All these things. So much life happening, going on. And then next thing you know, God. Paramedics gave her at least one epinephrine shot and her pulse was restored. She was then rushed to a nearby hospital. Our sources say Lisa Marie had complained early Thursday morning of stomach pains that got more and more intense. Sources wanted to make clear this was not a suicide attempt. Wow. Crazy news. Crazy news. Was not expecting this today. Oh, there it is. There's the updated story. And, you know, we forget she was married to Michael Jackson. Yeah, Danny administered the CPR till they got there. Like, just the shot, you walk in the door, and then it's like, what? You got to rush to the bedroom, and then you're doing CPR. The things, it's like all day long. It's crazy. Yeah, she was married to Michael Jackson, remember? In the 90s. Elvis was 42 when he died. She's 54. Oh, there's her and Michael. Lisa Marie Presley followed in her father's footsteps, becoming a singer-songwriter, and dropped her debut album, To Whom It May Concern, in 2003. The record reached number 5 on Billboard's album chart and earned gold certification. Well, that's nice. She shocked the world by marrying Michael Jackson in 1994. Hello, everybody. This is my wife. Shortly after their surprise nuptials, the couple shared a very famous and seemingly awkward kiss on stage at the MTV Music Awards. That was kind of funny. Why not? Listen, we're gonna relive some moments here. Let me put this onto the part where I can play the audio as well. If you give me 1 second here. Thank you for your time. Yeah, seeing her at the Glow, like literally seeing her at the Globes. You know, I was just thinking, you know, it's not so funny now, but I was thinking because Austin Butler gets up there and he's like, oh my God, I just won my baby boy. I just won this award. And I was thinking, like, does he, I know he does that in public, but does he do the Elvis voice when he's personally with Priscilla and Lisa Marie, or is he feel like sheepish about that? Are they sitting? I mean, I'm sure they're nice, but like, are they sitting there like, okay, Austin, the movie's over. You know, thanks. Thank you. You don't have to keep talking like that. You're from Anaheim. I get that it's more fun to talk like Elvis than it is to talk like you're from Anaheim, but still, it's kind of strange. All right, let's play a little bit of this audio from back when she was with Michael Jackson. Here's a little bit of her music. You want to hear it real quick? Okay, good. Look, I'm glad she put out an album. She gave it a shot, you know. Let's hear Michael Jackson announcing his new wife. Shocked the world, according to TMZ, by marrying Michael Jackson in 1994. Let's see.
And just think, nobody thought this would last.
He proved them all wrong. It lasted another year. Her and Nicolas Cage. I didn't remember that one. MJ and LMP divorced after less than 2 years. And in 2002, she tied the knot with Nicolas Cage, although that marriage lasted only a few months before she filed divorce docs. 2 more children. Yeah, her son died 2 years ago. Wow. She's survived by her 3 children, actress Riley Keough, and twin girls Harper and Finley Lockwood. 54, way too young. Way too young. It's very sad. Pistol Annie, she was a member. Is she still alive? If you're asking if Lisa Marie is still alive, the answer is no. We just got the news. She has passed away at 54, pronounced dead at the hospital. Terrible. And here she is just 2 days ago at the Golden Globes. I remember when Austin Butler won, he got up there, forget about him not breaking character and still doing the Elvis accent. I saw he looked out to them. The camera cut to Priscilla and Lisa Marie's table, and they were cheering. They were happy, you know. At least there were like some bright moments in her last couple of days. You know, and a lot to look forward to. So, very sad. Well, by the way, should we watch the video? You want to see the last time TMZ saw her? I used to work for them, by the way. I would have, for all I know, this is my video. I don't remember. I think I've interviewed Priscilla. I've definitely seen Priscilla around a lot. I've never seen Lisa Marie, to my knowledge, but I was working there at this time. So let's roll the dice. Maybe this will be my voice coming out. Oh wait, hold on. I'm on the wrong. I'm not even looking at the right thing here. My bad. Here we go. Last time we saw her.
Hey, Lisa, I just want to ask, why do you think there hasn't been like a definitive Elvis biopic yet? Or if there ever will be one.
Sorry?
Why there hasn't been like a definitive Elvis movie yet? Like,
First of all, is it not biopic? When people say biopic, it sounds like it's a medical condition. Why hasn't there been an Elvis biopic? It's biopic, like biography picture, biopic. Prescient question 9 years ago, but 10 years ago, actually, but whatever.
someone portraying him on film. Or will be one.
Sorry?
Why there hasn't been like a definitive Elvis movie yet, like someone portraying him on film.
I think that there's talk of that going on right now.
Yeah. Any ideas on who you'd like to play you? Thanks for being cool, Lisa.
All right, so that was not me, but she seems nice. It's too bad. Seemed cool. Shocking, sad, unexpected, especially after what's going on, And I'm sure as award season marches on, there will be, tributes, and especially if Austin Butler keeps winning, she will be, her memory will live on and continue to be spoken about. So, what's this? T-Rev was talking about my career on the live today. Very cool job. I'm sure you have tons of stories. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot. I got to get in touch with him so we can do like a cross show thing. I'm going to have to look up that live. Thank you for letting me know about that. I've been a little out of it today. Very busy. This is the day that I do the dishes. So I've been cleaning up all day, or planning to. All right. So very sad Lisa Marie news. Let me open up the floor, by the way. I see we got some people watching. If anyone wants to comment real quick before we move on, or you can comment about it later too. There's really no, this show's loose and improvisational. So whatever we want to do. But if anyone has anything they'd like to share about Lisa Marie, please speak now. Thank you very much. Oh my God. Somebody was, I think it was Howard Stern, was playing a clip of Austin Butler from like 3 or 4 years ago. Sounds nothing like the man you hear today. It's just kind of funny. He won't let it go. Forget what I said about Pistol Annie's. I misspoke. It was another Presley. Okay. No problem. I'll tell the cops to stop heading to your house. All right. So I wonder, has she tweeted anything new? Probably not, but yeah, no. Here's Priscilla congratulating. Did Lisa Marie have a Twitter? I guess not, because Priscilla didn't tag her in it. Funny stuff. All right. Yeah, sorry to hear that. All right, let's go on to what? What do we want to talk about? You know what? Since we're on this subject, I have been seeing these stories in the Daily Mail, which I like. I like the Daily Mail, as you can tell. I use it to talk about a lot of articles. But it's like, what are they trying to tell us about Jack Nicholson? I saw a story yesterday, like sad last days of Jack Nicholson. He refuses to face reality. He's up in the mountains. He's going to go out like Brando. And now today, they're like, a reclusive Jack Nicholson's friend's voice fears he will die alone. He's 85, yes. And he didn't look that great a year ago when he emerged to go to the opening game of the Lakers. And he has not been back since. So, it's weird. But like, are they trying to like will this to happen so they can get a big headline? It's very strange to me. I'm a big Jack Nicholson fan. I've seen Jack many times. I only met him once. It was years ago. Yeah, that was him at the Laker game. He was just walking like, Jesus Christ, you guys still want my autograph and leave me alone. It was years ago. I was working a valet job while I was home from studying for my Rhodes Scholarship at Oxford. And I was doing it part-time. And so it's the funeral for this guy, Mo Austin's wife. And there's all these like old Hollywood and music people showing up. So I'm just like, Jack was my favorite actor. I'm sitting there like, God, when's Jack Nicholson going to show up? And then 20 minutes later, a limousine pulls up, door stops right in front of me. Oh, door opens. Then I just see the hairline. And then he gets out and his eyes are all red and he's just looking around like bewildered. Huh? And I was in shock. Then he goes to me, is there smoking allowed on this campus? And I was like, you can smoke. You cannot. You can smoke. It was at the UCLA campus. All right, Jack, whatever you want to do. And he goes, well, I've got an ashtray. And then he pulled out an ashtray. He walks around with an ashtray, or at least he used to. And then, I let him do his thing, get his stuff out of the car, and I just hit him with I'm a big fan. And he went, thanks. It's like he can hardly breathe and talk after all those years of cigarette smoke abuse. But don't like seeing these stories. Hope he is doing well. Again, it's just weird, like multiple days in a row. When was the last time you read an article about Jack Nicholson? And now 2 days in a row, the Daily Mail is like, yeah, he's going out. He's on his way out. Sorry. He's dying. He's not coming back. Kanye West, real quick, kind of had Kanye fatigue for a while. Remember when he was just saying he loved Hitler and everything? Like every day, it was something new and crazy. Anyways, he emerges in Beverly Hills with a new woman. And look, I'm not accusing her of anything. I'm not accusing blonde people of anything. But isn't it a little bit strange that after having to go into hiding for saying you love Hitler and you think the Nazis did good stuff and you like their outfits and shit like that, you emerge with a woman who looks like she would be an Aryan dream? Blonde hair, even if it's bleached blonde hair. Can't quite tell what her eyes are. But like, again, I don't know what she's into. She's probably a perfectly nice woman. She's probably just like a musician. And also for people with blonde hair, of which I know many, I'm not accusing you of being Aryan Hitler supporters. It's just kind of funny that he would be out here with someone like this. Yeah. What a guy. What is he going to come up with next? All right, let's talk about, what do we want to talk about next? Oh, there was the whole Hollywood Nepo babies discussion a week or so ago. A lot of people in Hollywood, if you don't know, are the children of actors, actresses, successful people. I'm not calling Lisa Marie a Nepo baby because it's not like, I don't think she wanted to have some big Hollywood career. She was just famous. So that's different. Nepo baby, which is, short for nepotism, in case anyone didn't know, is you got your career in Hollywood by being the child of somebody who was successful. And Jamie Lee Curtis talked about it. God, who was the one who kicked it off? I forget. It was like a blonde model. Even Tom Hanks waded into this debate. He was saying, like, look, it's like a family business. It's like if we were a plumbing business, my kids would work here. They just have the last name Hanks. Okay, I give him that. That makes sense to me. I saw that people were coming after Timothée Chalamet, calling him a Nepo baby. And I got to come to the defense of Timothée Chalamet, despite the fact that I sat through Dune and would never make that mistake again. And I'll tell you why I didn't like the movie real quick. It was too long. The pacing was too slow. They didn't seem to care about action. They were like setting it up like, dude, this isn't the first episode of a Netflix. Like, let's get some action in this first movie or I'm walking out. And my final biggest problem is that in the movie Dune, there is technology that is clearly like a guy who wrote this book, because the book was written in the early 1960s. It's clearly technology, a guy from the 1960s idea of what future technology is going to look like. Like they have like some big fake metal fly or something, and that's the cool way to get around. They should have updated it. They should have done a whole rehash. It's fine. I'm not going to lose any sleep at night. But I saw it. I won't make that mistake again. But coming back to defending Timothée Chalamet, people were calling him a Nepo baby. First of all, his agent started this whole issue, which, what a dumb move for the agent. The agent, your agent is not supposed to start fires. He's supposed to put out your fires. He should be fired, probably. Over the weekend, Timothée Chalamet's agent shut down reports that the actor had auditioned for the leading role in Gladiator 2. Off the back of this, okay, hold on. Let's get to the important part. However, Timothy's agent, Brian Swardstrom, quickly entered the conversation to refute the viral rumors. I know one of these actors was shooting a film in the Middle East for the past several months, and he hasn't auditioned for anything in more than 7 years. So, like, that's just immediately going to get people pissed off at you. Like, oh, big deal. You haven't auditioned for anything in 7 years? Oh, Timothy. So special. Brian's tweet sparked a mixed reaction from fans, many of whom brought Timothy's industry connections into question. So this is where I start to have a problem. This is the big connection that everyone's talking about. The 27-year-old's uncle is director Rodman Flender, while his maternal grandfather was writer and screenwriter Harold Flender. Who the fuck is Rodman Flender? Or Harold Flender, who's probably dead? You're telling me Rodman Flender has that much pull that he can make his Is nephew an A-lister? I don't think so. Rodman Flender. What, because he was on a red carpet once? And Timothy's mom, Nicole Flender, of the famous Flender family, we've all seen and loved their films for years, is also known as also an actor known for her roles in movies The Birdwatcher, The What? And In the Heat of Passion. In the Heat of what? What are these? These are like those Showtime movies that used to come on in the 90s at night, the soft core shit. In the Heat of Passion and The Birdwatcher. Get the fuck out of here. Given that Timothy, who shot to fame after starring in the 2017 film Call Me By Your Name alongside cannibal timeshare salesman Armie Hammer, I added that, and his sister Pauline Chalamet are both renowned actors. Some people have questioned whether their success in the industry is partially due to their familial connections. So look, there has to be a rule. Like, you can't call someone a Nepo baby if their uncle is Rodman Flender, aka somebody that most people don't know about. Now, sure, could Rodman Flender maybe pull a couple strings, get him a couple auditions? Yeah, but like, you're not going to have a career. And I don't even like Timothée Chalamet, to be quite honest. I've seen 2 of his movies, but you're not going to have a career as big as Timothée Chalamet's unless you got the talent to back it up and you put the work in. Okay, Rodman Flender cannot get you into Oscar contention. Neither can Nicole Flender. These people, like, everybody has credit. If you looked at my IMDb, I might have credits that people would say, "Oh my God, he." And if I help somebody, you'd call me a Nepo baby, or whoever I helped. In Hollywood, like, everyone has done a little bit of work here. And again, like Jamie Lee Curtis, yeah, your father's Tony Curtis. He's in Some Like It Hot with Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, you're going to get a leg up. Or Tom Hanks's kids. Or Spielberg's kid. Like, yeah, those big names. If your parent is an A-lister, yeah, we can call you a Nepo baby. But I got to call bullshit on what they're doing to my man, Timothée Chalamet. Hollywood has given him a special treatment. Chalamet is a Nepo baby, but a lot of people don't know that. But he has an uncle in the industry that opened a lot of doors for him. Again, listen, just go to Beverly Hills. Go walk around and try to meet some people, okay? You can do it. Anyone can do it. All these people just hang out in the same areas. All right. Rodman Flender. Are there any Rodman Flender fans on this live? Or Nicole Flender fans? Let's see here. We talked about this at the beginning. Myers Leonard made some anti-Semitic remarks. Lakers are going to work him out. I know this isn't really a sports show or a sports audience, but my friend wanted to talk about this. So my friend, who is Jewish, wanted to give his opinion, and he knows that this is the most popular show in America. So he came on here earlier. You can go back and listen on the replay. Once again, if you're joining us, Lisa Marie Presley dead at 54 after a cardiac arrest. Sad, sad, sad. Let's talk about Shakira. Who cares? Oh, yeah. And, there was another death. TikToker Waffler69, viral food eater, dead at 33, also of a heart attack. Now, I've never heard of this guy. I've never watched anything that he's done, but you feel bad when a fellow content creator goes down. So, sorry to the friends and family of Waffler69. You really could say this man died for his art. That's what he did. He ate big Fruit Loops and apparently packets of raw meat. I feel bad for a guy like this because we're all trying hard to get our content out there and like bring attention to our channels and make a name for us. And like some people, you end up resorting to stuff like this. I mean, and I'm not saying what I'm doing is even great, or Waffler69 blows me out of the water completely. He's huge as a brand, but you feel bad, It's like in the 90s when all those grunge artists started getting addicted to heroin and then just dropping dead, like there's too many of these guys who are making YouTube careers out of just like eating a lot. What do they call it? Like mukbang? People just watch you eat. It's dangerous. It's not like they have a trained physician sitting there while you take down a box of big Fruit Loops. You know? Got to be careful out there. Odell Beckham, NFL player. We can all relate to this, whether you care about football or not. I really don't that much. I do like Tom Brady, but I don't really care about football. Odell Beckham is maybe one of the worst plane passengers you could have the misfortune of being on an aircraft with. So he got kicked off. Well, no, he got everyone else kicked off of a plane a couple years ago because he refused to get off. He was drunk. He didn't have his pants on. He was like he would the stewardesses were trying to just get him to put his seatbelt on. He wouldn't do it. Then the cops have to come on board. He was just sitting there. He's mouthing off and insulting the other passengers as 200 people have to get off of the plane because he didn't want to get up and move. So the video of this was released. I was trying to make like a funny video edit of this to put up, but I didn't get a chance to finish before this broadcast, but fuck it. I'll just play it anyway in 1 second. Let me read the article. So Odell, knowing that this was happening, that people were reacting to the video coming out, went on a Twitter spree Thursday. Free agent wide receiver was previously removed from a plane after the flight crew said he was going in and out of consciousness and they couldn't get him to put his seatbelt on. Yeah, exactly. On Thursday, he sent a number of tweets indirectly addressing the situation. Can't address everything in this world. It's exhausting. Everybody got an opinion on situations they weren't involved in. You know what? Fuck you. We can now see the situation. You can say that if no one, first of all, you should never be that drunk or just in that bad of a mood that you're going to cause an issue on a plane. These other people on the plane, it was around the holidays. They were trying to do their holiday travel, and 200 people had to get their bags and get off of the plane, which, by the way, can we figure out a better system than that? Like, why should everyone else have to suffer because one guy won't get off the plane? I'm not saying use force to get him off, but like, there's got to be something you can do other than, because what do? If he still doesn't get off the plane, you just turn the lights off, lock it up, and leave him there on the runway? What? There's a better system out there. We can figure it out. Everybody got an opinion on situations they weren't involved in. Thank God we weren't. All you can do is know who you truly are. A jackass. I never liked Odell, really, even though he won a Super Bowl for the Rams, which is LA's team. But I don't know. Something like, I don't mind the bleached blonde hair on most people, but something about him with the bleached blonde, it's like people who are too much about the personality. Now, I guess he redeemed himself with the Super Bowl win. But like when people have too much about their fashion and style, like the personality, then you start to say, okay, come on, come back to what you're supposed to be doing. Case in point, Pete Davidson. When he was on SNL, he would always show up and he's Mr. Fashionable and he's dating everybody. But Pete Davidson comes out on every SNL show and he's like, can you tell that I didn't even rehearse? Like he doesn't know his lines. He's barely putting any effort into the acting. Stories would come out that the other cast members were frustrated. He's not showing up to rehearsals. And then meanwhile, he's got a new hair dye. So like when that type of shit, when there's too much, you can have the hair dye and produce the results. If you're Dennis Rodman, you want to dye your hair 6 different colors, but you're producing and you're winning 3 straight championships, then by all means, when you're dyeing your hair and you're not putting in the work, then you're going to piss people off. Crazy thing is, since the Super Bowl, I've been minding my own biz, staying out the way. Name ain't been in nothing. And even during this free agency frenzy, it was never me who caused any of that. I've been quiet, chilling. They wrote the stories. Been enjoying fatherhood and time with the fam. He tore his ACL during the Rams Super Bowl victory in early 2022. And I guess he has not rejoined the team since then. But you just, like, I know it's, and by the way, I just got news notification. Lisa Marie has died at age 54. Yes, we covered that earlier, but it was sad. Right as I was going on, I was about to talk about her as if she was still alive because I had read the stories that she was in a cardiac arrest. And then one of my great viewers and commenters let me know. So sad stuff. Back to Odell Beckham. Let me play the video of what he was doing there. I was trying to make a funny video, as I said. Maybe it's not even funny, but you know what? It's the one I've got. So here we go.
Talk to him, big dog. Look at me all you want. That shit not making me feel good. All you want. Standing up. You can look at me all you want, boy. Bye-bye. This shit don't bother me. Alright, let me stand up, brother. Hey. Listen, just follow the instructions right now. Everybody ever. Yeah, that's it. I appreciate it. The only person I appreciate your bro. But that's just hey. There's nothing. Just relax. You don't have to talk to him. Everything wrong with the world. Looking at me to get off a plane for you. I would never, ever in my life get off the plane for you. Specifically you. Maybe everybody else. I would get off the plane. That shit don't mean nothing to me. Ain't no way you could look at me. Ever. Guys, just don't ever. Just go ahead and get it. You gonna wait 40 minutes and I'm gonna be on a private plane home. Good. Yeah, with your fat ass. Yeah, I will. Get your ass off the plane for a second. Yeah, I bet. Enjoy the cheese board on the way home. Cheese board on the way home. Cheese board on the way home. Your ugly ass.
Real quick, before I finish the video. So do you all see what I'm talking about? And how ridiculous it is for him to say, hey, if you weren't there, you don't know what really happened. What's the excuse? You're sitting there, some poor old guy has to get up off the plane, and you're saying, I would never get off for you with your fat ass and enjoy the cheese board, and I'm going to be on a private jet? Like, fuck you. Fuck Odell Beckham. I hate to see that kind of behavior from anybody on a plane, but especially a celebrity. You should have rented the private jet. You know what? If you're too fucked up to get on the normal jet, which is fine, you know, I understand you're partying all night. That's fine. I don't have an issue with that. But don't bring that negative energy to everyone else's early morning flight.
Shit don't mean nothing to me, bro. Got like fucked up. I'm sorry. All you had to do was wake me up. There. Are you able to get up? Can you get up? You okay? What's wrong? The airline's called for you, sir. I don't know what it is. You good? How you doing, bud? How could you be unresponsive? I'm trying to get to come out. Someone's probably on a deep sleep.
Yeah, you guys are playing around the galley.
They're about to. I've never in my entire life experienced what's going on.
Where's his pants?
Oh, sorry.
Where's the baby's pants?
What do you mean?
You only got a underwear.
All right, Mocha, please, quiet. God, I can't get through a show now without my dogs barking. You see, I added a little bit of dramatic music and I did some little edits. I was trying to make a funny video. It's not completed yet, but I'll post it when it's done. I don't know. But you saw that he goes, all you had to do was wake me up. Let's watch that part one more time.
Shit don't mean nothing to me, bro. Got like fucked up. I'm sorry. All you had to do was wake me up. There. Are you able to get up? Can you get up?
So that's how it started. The video actually starts with the guys like, sir, are you able to wake up? Can you wake up? Because he's passed out in the chair.
You okay? What's wrong?
And he didn't have his pants on a plane. Like, he's lucky he's famous. That type of shit will get you terrorist charges these days. All right. What else we got? I will make one comment. I don't even really care about this story about Shakira and her new song. It just annoys me that she is not allowed to insult her ex's new girlfriend. Like, that's between her and the new girlfriend. Even if she's famous, she should be able to insult her without being accused of internalized misogyny. Shakira is accused of internalized misogyny after taking a swipe at her ex Gerard Pique's new girlfriend by saying he traded a Rolex for a Casio, which, by the way, probably true. I mean, Shakira, despite the fact that she doesn't pay her taxes and may have to go to a Spanish prison for several years, she's got a lot of money and a lot of fame. So, yeah, that's true. Traded a Rolex for a Casio. She collaborated with producer Bizarrap on a brand new track, Shakira Berserp Music Sessions 53, which was released in Spanish on Wednesday. She says, I'm worth 222s. You traded a Ferrari for a Twingo. What is a Twingo? Does anyone know what a Twingo is? Is that a car? Is that like a car in Europe or something? A Twingo. You traded a Rolex for a Casio. Shakira and Gerard announced their split after 11 years together in June. They share 2 sons. Listen, maybe, by the way, he split because he was like, I don't want to be with someone who doesn't pay their taxes and almost goes to jail, and now we got to make restitution. Like, sorry, I'm out. I don't care how successful you are or, how many people around the world would want to be with you. That's too much. Okay, so another person who said, people online were saying the new Shakira song screams internalized misogyny and a bitter divorcee. Let it go, woman. I just don't like it when people say this is how you should act. The only time you can say this is how you should act is this is how you should act on an airplane, because we all got to get through this. But when you say, Shakira, you're not allowed to be angry at your ex and at his new woman and insult her, that to me is bullshit. She can be misogynistic if she wants. It's her. It's her opinions. It's her thoughts. I love it. Okay, that's all I have to say about that. Let's talk about... there were these celebrity DNA reveals. Do you want to talk about celebrity DNA reveals? Maybe I should save that for a different show. I do want to save this for a different show, actually. I forgot, because there was that story came out about Benedict Cumberbatch facing slavery calls to pay slavery reparations. Apparently his family owned slaves, and Barbados was allegedly trying to say you should pay for that. But I want to save that till I get a good friend and comedian on here to talk about that. Oh, all right. You know what? Let's go into some Kohberger news. Kohberger. Bryan. Oh, okay. All right. Real quick. Gwen Stefani, what is she trying to do? Is she trying to get canceled? It makes me wonder. I'm not 100% sure. I Googled before the show that, trying to figure out if she's still on The Voice. I'm wondering if she's trying to get off of The Voice, because she gave an interview as if she's paid no attention to the way that cancel outrage culture comes for people these days. She gave an interview where she kept insisting that she's Japanese. Gwen Stefani, white Italian descent singer, keeps insisting that she is Japanese in an interview with a stunned Asian writer. How out of it is Gwen Stefani? She's sitting there with an Asian woman, or I'm assuming woman. Okay. An Asian person interviewing her, and she keeps saying, no, I'm Japanese. Don't you get it? I am Japanese. You hear those dogs? It's impossible. This is a newsroom. Okay. During a new interview, she raised eyebrows repeatedly. As the daughter of an Italian-American father and an Irish-American mother, the singer, 53, has no ethnic ties to the country. But she said after visiting Tokyo for the first time, she said, "My God, I'm Japanese and I didn't know it." I remember this. This is back in like 2006 when she put out her solo album and she kept talking about the Harajuku girls. It was a simpler time back then when your label would approve something like that. Here she is. There are 5 Japanese women in this picture. The middle one is the most Japanese out of all of them, clearly. Gwen Stefani's defended her Harajuku era yet again. You know, I also have questions of like, is it okay to, you know, she is paying tribute. She likes the Harajuku girls in Japanese culture. She's trying to celebrate it. I'm conflicted on whether people should be mad about that. However, it's just batshit crazy to insist that not only do you like Japanese culture, but you are Japanese. As a major successful singer who's technically like a business at this point, the amount of money that Gwen Stefani probably generates between her music catalog royalties and her earnings on The Voice, not to mention she's married to Brad, what is her husband's name? You know, the country singer, the other guy from The Voice. She's married to him and whatever money he's got. And here she is just rolling those dice, risking it all so that she could insist that she's Japanese. During an interview with Allure, Jessa Marie Calor, I don't know, asked the performer what she learned from creating the Harajuku Lovers brand, considering its prey. All right. Mocha, please. Stop it. Mocha. He's a little chihuahua, by the way. He's a Chihuahua Shiba Inu. He's Japanese, like Gwen Stefani. And, you know, those Chihuahuas like to yip. All right. During this interview with Allure, the woman asked the performer what she learned from creating the Harajuku Lovers brand, considering its praise, backlash, and everything in between. Speaking to the brand's inspirations, Gwen told the interviewer, "That was my Japanese influence, and that was a culture that was so rich with tradition, yet so futuristic, so much attention to art and detail and discipline, and it was fascinating to me." Okay, she's doing fine so far. Additionally, the mom of 3 reflected on how, after years of hearing her dad recall his work trips to Japan as a Yamaha marketing executive, does that qualify as a Nepo baby? Gwen Stefani, father was a Yamaha executive. Yamaha makes pianos. And then she gets a career in the music business. She is her last, she also a Flender. In addition to being Japanese and Italian and Irish, is she related to Rodman Flender, uncle of Timotheè Chalamet? Okay. Visiting Tokyo herself felt like home. There she is in her full Japanese glory. I said, "My God, I'm Japanese and I didn't know it." When the author, who is Filipina, noted a bit of awkwardness in the air between them, Stefani said, "I am, you know." So like the woman, the interviewer, who is Filipina, sitting there trying to process what she just heard. Don't you get, Gwen, you are a white woman. You can't sit there and tell a woman of Asian descent that you are also Asian and expect her to be like, "Yes, of course." Like, this ain't old Hollywood. This isn't even 1999. She then proceeded to note that there is innocence to her love of Japanese culture. Self-proclaimed superfan of Japan said it doesn't feel right to her when she receives criticism for being an admirer of something beautiful and sharing that. Okay, now I'm back on her side. Yeah, why are you criticizing her? If she loves it and admires it and celebrates it, that's great. We want that in the world. We want a world of people that love each other As Lex Friedman would say, we just got to solve everything with love. Makes you question his thought process if the solution to everything is love. But okay, that's I digress. I think it was a beautiful time of creativity. Okay, let's get to the part where she just keeps insisting that she's Japanese. Blake Shelton, that was his name. I was going to say Bill Stevens. It should be okay to be inspired by other cultures because if we're not allowed, then that's dividing people, right? Additionally, Stefani said she was influenced by the Hispanic and Latin. We're still using Latinx. Okay. All right. Communities. Even though a lot of Latin people, and if there's any Latin people watching right now, I would love for you to comment, because is it not true that people who are Latin don't like Latinx or Latinx because X is not really, because the language is gendered, is Latino, Latina, and now you're trying to force Latinx down our throats? I mean, I don't really care. I'm not like some white guy who's like, why can't I say Latinx? But since we're reading the article and it came up, I thought let's poll the audience. Well, the interviewer said she doesn't believe Stefani was trying to be malicious. Oh, okay. Here's one last part about it. Even though I'm Italian American, Irish, or whatever mutt that I am, that's who I became. That's who I became because those were my people, right? She's a little crazy. Her father was a Yamaha executive who worked in Japan, and so those are her people, and she became Japanese. Doesn't make any sense. Makes even less sense that she would say this. Where was her publicist? You know, I'm not normally a fan of publicists. Back when I was with TMZ and I would try to get an interview with people, that's what I liked about TMZ, especially, by the way, was we said, fuck, at least the camera guys, we said, fuck these publicists. We're going to go straight to the source. We're going to catch you at the restaurant. We're going to catch you at the store. We're going to get some real takes, because every time I had to go to a red carpet event, some publicists, and they always look so stressed out because they're like, oh my God, like they all look like Bryan Kohberger getting pulled over by the Indiana police. They all have that intense look on their face because you're about to ask their celebrity something that they might have to actually give an honest answer for, or reveal themselves to be a bumbling idiot. Where was the publicist here to say to Gwen Stefani, you can't say you're Japanese? Okay, well, let's wrap it up. You know, that's what they do. Okay, let's wrap it up. We got to keep moving. The interviewer doesn't believe Stefani was trying to be malicious or hurtful in making these statements. They did cause her to feel unsettled. Kalor pointed out that the former voice judge. Oh, okay, so she's the former voice judge. I was thinking maybe she was stuck into a bad voice contract and she was trying to get out of it by making up a crazy story that she's Japanese. She asserted twice that she was Japanese and once that she was a little bit of an Orange County girl, a little bit of a Japanese girl, a little bit of an English girl during their chat. Well, anyways, she clearly has so much money and fame and is just living in a different world that she hasn't realized you can't say I'm Japanese. All right. But she is Japanese, by the way. Gwen Stefani is Japanese. Fuck it. Right? Who cares? She wants to be Japanese. We'll let her be Japanese. Let's talk about some okay. So yesterday on the show, I was talking about the Idaho case and that there's stories. Oh, shit. Internet's slowing down a second. Hold on. It must be my dog's fucking with my internet now. We caught up? Okay. Yesterday on the show, I was talking about how there are reports that publishers and filmmakers are lining up to make these stories about the Idaho slangs. By the way, another story came out there. Kohberger appeared in court today. He had scratches on his face. The guy doesn't know how to shave or something, or maybe it's just like cheap, shitty prison shaving gear. That could also be what the case is. The trial's not going to start till the summer, and the next hearing's in June, and he's going to be in jail till June. So that's cool. You know, I hope he's happy. Again, if he did it, I feel like I got to say that every single show. So let me talk to you about my idea. Now, the whole concept of casting or making a movie about the Idaho slangs is kind of classless in a way that they're already talking about it, right? But I figured, look, if they're going to talk about it and they're going to make it, which they are, they're going to make the movie, might as well cast it, you know? Now, out of respect for the family, I'm not doing anything with the victims or any of the families or anything like that. But I had some ideas, you know, considering my Hollywood background, I had some ideas for how it should and would go if they were going to cast Ryan Murphy's Kohberger. And here they are. Starring, of course, Jake Gyllenhaal as Bryan Kohberger, criminology student, accused quadruple murderer. Connie Britton as Ashley Banfield, News Nation reporter that just keeps talking about this story night after night, no matter what. Andy Cohen as Brian Entin, intrepid reporter. He planted his flag in Moscow, Idaho on day one, and he has not left since. That guy from Pawn Stars as Chief James Fry, beleaguered Moscow PD police chief who may just turn out to be the hero in the end. DJ Qualls as the TikTok guy that everybody thought was Bryan Kohberger. And of course, Bryan Cranston as BTK Dennis Rader. Friend, potential friend of Kohberger. Ryan Murphy presents Kohberger. We know it's coming. Anything else? Anything else? And as I said yesterday, if anyone missed it, I don't have a problem with them making movies, writing books about it. They said these rights could get like $25 million. As long as the family signs off on it, and as long as the family doesn't fall victim to creative Hollywood accounting and they actually get compensated properly for this, and they are okay with the story being told, I'm all for it. All right? Just want to be clear. Hopefully that's how it goes, because as we saw with Dahmer, they just made the story anyway. I know it's been 30 years, but a lot of the families are still pissed off. Actually, the families are pissed off that, what's his name, Evan Peters won. And frankly, I talked about this on my Golden Globes live recap show that aired just after the Golden Globes, how I thought this, because Dahmer, the show Dahmer, like really didn't win anything else. All right. Now follow me on this conspiracy theory. The Hollywood Foreign Press is pissed off at people of color because they almost got the show canceled. So how are they going to get back at them? They're going to award Dahmer. Nothing. Dahmer didn't win anything else. I know Ryan Murphy got his big award, but they're going to let Jeffrey Dahmer get up and give a speech. That's the kind of sickness that Hollywood has within it. Just a theory. Just a theory. All right. Is there anything else that we have to talk about? Anything anybody watching wants to talk about? I feel like I want to get your opinions actually, real quick. So Nancy Grace, who is, certainly a legend in the true crime industry, set up a table outside. She looks like that guy, Steven Crowder, who sits there with a table and he's like, prove me wrong. Something, prove me wrong. Kohberger's a bad guy. Prove me wrong. She sets up a table right outside the police line of the apartment where the slayings took place. Okay, look at this. What the hell is it? So the Barstool Sports Idaho account said, our tragedy is not your news backdrop. Who the fuck do you think you are? And then someone from the Corner Club, which is where the students were the night before, said, we cannot wait for these vultures to leave so we as a community can begin to heal. They are disrupting that process and are not welcome. You know, as I said, Nancy Grace, she's great at her job. She's kind of owns this space called true crime in a way. But is it too far for her to be setting up a table right outside and just like, you know, reporting live from there? And I know, look, that's what reporters do. They'll set up right outside of whatever it is, you know, on 9/11, where were they? They were right in front of where everything happened. Does this bother people? And it's really not for me to say if it's bothersome because I don't live there. I'm sure that the locals are getting a little fed up with all of the attention. They just want to get back to their normal lives. It's just kind of a funny visual. She sits there with a table and some notes. And of course, the internet started to make fun of her. The Barstool Idaho account says internet bullying is deserved. There she is selling what looks like Girl Scout cookies. So I don't know. I'm just curious what everyone else thinks. Where is Brian Enton? Even Enton didn't do that. I will clip up and put up my my casting for the movie, and I'll put that on my YouTube page and everything else. You'll be able to rewatch this on the page. If you have not liked, subscribed, or shared the Dante Greco show, please do that. Please, or not. Do whatever you want. And I will be back again. What day is this? Thursday. I'm going to try to do another show for tomorrow. Hopefully there'll be more news. Again, rest in peace to Lisa Marie Presley. Passed away. Unfortunately, very sad. And that's it. That's it. So I'm going to play the outro, and I'll see you all later.
Have a good life. We will see you soon.
Okay, let me start that again. Here we go.
Have a good life. We will see you soon.
Much love.
Thank you.
Love.
All right, Dante.
So once again, thank you to my brother. Tell him your name again.
Dante Greco.
2 words. Made in America.
Dante, you're doing great.
That's good. I never anybody over in my life. It's from.
Listen, I want you to leave my good friend Ringo alone.
Yeah. My pal, Hal.
Pretend you're a horse in a parade.
Have a good day.